I reckon the market's back on. This week's been good. And like we talk about the market, but you got renting, investing, like buying. The rentals are up dramatically, which is fantastic for our investors. We're seeing a lot of buyers see more certainty in the marketplace, with March being probably one of our biggest months. I reckon for the last 18 months, I would say, we sold just over 20 properties, with February almost half that amount. So what we're seeing now with interest rates starting to taper off is people coming back to the market in full force, because now they understand, okay, this seems to be the position now. They can make sense of it. They know what they can afford, and they're not going through this big free falling of where's the market and where an interest rate's going to finish up. So yeah, it's all looking good out there. Even just in the last few weeks, a lot of properties that had been sitting around for a while. Yes, there's that element of finding the right person, but we had a beachfront in Wombrel that we actually took to auction 3 times. We held price on it because we did believe that it was worth what we were asking 6 to 12 months ago, and we did get that. So it took some time, but that's what we're seeing now in the market, is those properties that might have been drifting along all starting to find buyers and sell for good prices. So I think there are more buyers coming back in the market now. Nothing like what we've seen over COVID. I think the buyers were always there, they just weren't acting. What we're seeing now is those buyers that I guess were watching are now starting to act, which is great. So there's been a lot of people on our radar as potential buyers, but just weren't actually going across the line and doing deals, but now they're all starting to do so, which is good to see. The buyers are coming from, well, it's different depending on the type of asset, but look, we're still getting a big steady flow from Sydney. With McGrath, like, we're lucky to have our connection down there, so we hear a lot from people, agents in the marketplace down there, that they're calling and saying we've had a successful auction result, or we've had a successful sale for our client. This is what they're looking for. Can you take care of them on your end? So that's happening more and more now as the Sydney market starts to see some successful sales. Yeah, Wombrel's been a bit of a funny one over the last 3 to 6 months. There hasn't been a lot of sales, but I reckon it's about to kick back in. I can just feel it. We've had almost more sales in the last 2 weeks than we did in the 2 months prior, and that's going to create a bit of a flurry. So the buyer market for Wombrel is always really strong. It's a desirable area for Sydney buyers, and that still seems to be the biggest market for us that are paying the most amount of money. It feels to me like we've either hit the bottom of the market or we're very close to, which is a good thing. Yes, there's some questions out there in the marketplace of what's going to happen with people coming off their fixed loans and then coming back into a variable position. The good thing about Wombrel Terrigal and the type of assets that we deal in is a lot of the people that own these type of properties don't have 90% loans on them. Most of them are under 50, some are none. So that there is an element of that, but it probably isn't going to affect our immediate marketplace. I love the apartment market in Terrigal. I think it's brilliant. The supply is the supply. There's always been a really steady demand of people wanting to buy into the apartment market, and most of them are cash buyers. They're either downsizing off acreages or big homes in the area, but we still get a really steady flow of people looking for holiday homes. So if you're looking at some of the sales there, we just set a record for a 1-bedroom sale in Rockpool, which was higher than one that sold just underneath it during the COVID period there. So the apartment market is one of the better markets on the coast. So sure. I bought the 1-bedroom. I bought the Central Coast record for a 1-bedroom in Terrigal, but that gives you a bit of confidence that I really believe in that marketplace. I believe in Terrigal as a destination, and in a market where people are worried about overpaying, I overpaid by a long way. But that's because I believe that in the long term we're all in the right spot for a bit of growth. Yeah, look, buyers are asking good questions when it's the right time to jump in. I've never tried to pick the market ever. If I like the house and I can afford it, I just buy it. So I believe that timing the market's better than trying to time the market.